Cameras flashing, people shouting, and the secretary looking like he forgot a script. For real.
He walked into that Senate room thinking he was ready for the heat. Budget papers in his hand, but questions hit him off his feet. Protesters outside the door screaming loud for all to hear. Cameras rolling, tension rising, this was not the plan, my dear. He said we follow every law, we fight to win, that's what we do. But the senators kept pushing back, said words don't quite ring true. Mark Kelly stood up at the mic, read the definition loud and clear. No quarter, no mercy, what does that mean when civilians live in fear?
Down on the hill today, everybody got something to say. Protesters storming through the door, nobody knew what he came here for. Senate erupting left and right, everybody ready for a fight. Cameras catching every word, the whole world watching every word heard. Meltdown, meltdown, Capitol Hill is shaking round. Meltdown, turn it up somehow.
Then a voice rang through the room. Someone stood and would not sit, called it out for all to hear. The whole chamber threw a fit. Guards moved in to clear the floor. The chairman called for order fast, but the moment was already viral and the headline spread real fast. Then came Rosen at the mic. She had questions, she had receipts, called out words to raise some flags, said the language missed some beats. Pharisees, he said again, standing firm and holding ground. Said it's accurate, nothing more, but the controversy stuck around.
Shut the line that broke the internet too. Said the biggest adversary wasn't Iran, it was the Senate crew. Jaws dropped across the aisle, Republicans went quiet too. When the defense secretary says that, what are we supposed to do? No doing in the hill today. Everybody got something to say. Protesters storming through the door, nobody knew what he came here for. Senate erupting left and right, everybody ready for a fight. Cameras catching every word, the whole world watching every word heard. Meltdown, meltdown, Capitol Hill is shaking now. Meltdown, turn it up somehow.
Somewhere in the Lego world, little bricks are telling this story. Little senators made of plastic, little protesters seeking glory. Little Hegse at the podium, little cameras, little lights. Even in the world of Lego, everybody still debates and fights. This is not about just one man, this is bigger than one day. When the budget hits $1 trillion, everybody gets a say. History is being written, whether cameras love it or not. The hearing ended, people left, but the questions never stopped.
Meltdown on the hill today, everybody got something to say. Protesters storming through the door, nobody knew what he came here for. Senate, you're running left and right, everybody ready for a fight. Cameras catching every word, the whole world watching every word heard. Meltdown, meltdown, Capitol Hill is shaking now. Meltdown, turn it up somehow. Capitol Hill is shaking now. Turn it up somehow.
Temporarily ended. Caroline Leavitt stepped up to the mic and told every reporter I'm going on a hike. Not a hike in the mountains, not a walk in the park. She's heading to Boston before things get dark. A baby is coming, the due date is near. She told all the journalists, I'll see you next year. She said, you're in good hands, my team's got the floor. She said, you got the president's number, what more? She waved at the cameras, she smiled real wide and walked off the podium with a baby inside.
This is the news, this is the bulletin. Everything happening, where do we begin? A White House in motion, a press room on pause. A country still watching, still asking because the news never sleeps and the cameras roll on, even when the press secretary is gone.
Now while living is resting and preparing for birth, the pundits are spinning and questioning worth of a second-term agenda that's hitting some bumps. When critics on every channel discussing the slump, staff changes are noted. Ain't this is the real high-level officials completing their deals? Some stepping aside, some moving along, the revolving door turning. Same old Washington song. Cabinet positions reviewed and assessed. Some names in the papers, some facing the press. This is not unusual. History will say every administration has seen its own day.
This is the news, this is the bulletin. Everything happening, where do we begin? A White House
press room applause. A country still watching, still asking because the news never sleeps and the cameras roll on, even when the press secretary is gone. Now the opinion shows they are having a field day. Commentators spinning the story their way. One channel says crisis, another says fine. Everybody drawing their own bottom line. But here are the facts as we know them tonight. A woman is pregnant, she's doing alright. She made her announcement, she followed the law. She took a leave legally, nothing more wrong. The Washington circus continues to spin. We're talking heads out and talking heads in. But somewhere in Woolston, a family grows, and that is the story that everybody knows. And now we transition to something absurd. A YouTube trend rising, have you already heard? Iran liberal animation is taking the feed. Little plastic diplomats planting the seed. Foreign policy blended in colorful blocks. World leaders assemble with Lego hair locks. The negotiations, the tensions, the talks recreated in plastic on animated walks. Because when the real news gets heavy and dense, the internet builds something that doesn't make sense. But somehow the message still manages to land when Lego diplomats shake a tiny brick hand. This is the news, this is the bulletin. Everything happening, where do we begin? A White House in motion, a press room applause. A country still watching, still asking because the news never sleeps and the cameras roll on, even when the press secretary is gone.
That's your bulletin for this evening. Stay informed. The stories keep coming, the cycle's confirmed. From Washington briefings to Lego art news, the moon stands away at the pole of the moons. This has been your update, your brick, air, your brick, delivered a list for your listening relief. Good night from the anchor desk, signing off clear. The next edition drops when the next story's here.